Good morning, everybody, and welcome to welcome to the Burnettwork. I am Autumn, and we have Julian Mushkin with us this morning. How are you, Julian?
I'm super. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Guys, we're going to start our live watch party of Picard season 3, episode 1. So it is available, and we're going to go ahead and press the play button. I'm going to do sort of like a 3, 2, 1 countdown. Julian, are you ready?
Uh, yeah, I guess I'm at 1 second already. So
Well, I'm gonna count down three,
yeah.
two, one, play.
Um. Okay. So I'm seeing a countdown.
That's a count up. Hmm.
I thought we were already watching.
We are. This is a count up, right? We're at 1 minute 47 seconds or so.
149. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is
Oh.
a count up, right?
Okay. I
Are you
gotcha.
seeing the numbers go up, Julian?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Okay. It's new to me. Sorry.
No worries.
It's nice to see Gates.
Yes.
Damn. Oh my.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
My goodness.
She's hurt.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-oh.
Yes. The question is, did he get the message?
Not yet. Looks like.
No, you don't need to watch season 2 to watch, everybody. You can go ahead and watch whatever you like. Ricky B, it is in LA. It's there. Refresh your screen and see if it shows up. He wants a new adventure. Oh my goodness gracious. And we have a feeling that's exactly what he's going to get. Well, he looks very comfortable where he is, doesn't he, Julian?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, it's his communicator.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
It's a real literal computer.
What? Oh gosh, what is he doing?
Oh my.
Okay.
Thought they were married.
Why? Why haven't they? Is that? Oh, I wonder why. Ooh, they said lovers, Julian.
Yeah, I know, but in all good things, I thought they had been married and divorced.
Yeah, it's weird.
Guess I'll have to watch that episode again.
She knows how this works. Yeah, he does look good for 82, Tom Jr. Jackson. And good morning, Tom. Oh, thank you so much for that information. I can't read it. Whoever you are, Garrett, after the events of all good things, history had changed due to the knowledge. Okay. Thank you, Garrett. We so appreciate it. Well, we actually saw a kiss here, Julian. And it was not a friendly kiss, I don't think. uh,
Huh. wonder what that means.
What? Yeah, it's a good question.
Mm.
Somebody's listening. Did you see the name of the place?
No, I missed it.
Metallis Prime. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah, Tom Jr. Jackson. I love it. Yeah, John, where I'm really tired right now.
Ooh, it's a story. gotten a little bigger. I don't like him already.
All right. Good for you, lady. Well, they certainly are following the chain of command, Julian.
Yeah.
The music
She
makes it
looks
feel a
good in
bit
that
old
center seat
school.
too.
I'm sorry?
She looks good in the center seat.
Yes, she does look great. And the music makes it feel a bit old school like what we know.
Yes. Mm.
What? I agree, Brian.
Yeah, that is neat.
Well, we're about halfway through the episode.
Mm.
That is what you think, I'm guessing.
Indeed.
Oh my god. Bandit MD11. I'm liking it so far.
I am too. Is that her granddaughter, perhaps?
I don't know. Maybe. She's cute.
Yeah.
She's estranged from her son, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, G-Man. Yes, it's her granddaughter. Thank you. Did I highlight that? Yes. What?
Hmm.
Guys, this is on Paramount Plus, everybody. The premiere is on Paramount Plus, and it's available now. We're at 36 minutes. Oh, they're in bunk beds, like ordinary crew members.
Yeah. Oh, Paramount. Paramount.
Ooh. She doesn't look too phased by this, Julian.
Yeah. Yeah. Rachel Garrett. Oh, oh, crap.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's insane. No, I don't even know what we just saw.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Nice, Donnie. Oh, ship. I suspected.
Okay. And who's the daddy? I can't peer in close enough.
Ooh,
It looks pretty cool.
yeah.
All right, Julian. We just finished episode 1 of Picard season 3. And what did you think? What are your first impressions? We saw some things like Metallus 1. And we certainly did see some familiar faces. Geordie, the LaForge family is around still, and I was anticipating seeing one of the Forge daughters on the show. We also saw Seven of Nine, who looks amazing.
Yeah.
Um, and then we saw this, guys. I did put down that there are spoilers. We saw this distress call that Beverly issued. Um, and guys, I'm awake at 3 a.m. in the morning. Um, and you're right. Whoever said if you listen to the credits, Medallion says if you want that TNG nostalgia more, watch the entire credits. And I am watching it, guys. I would show you what's on my phone, but I can't. We can't do that. But it
Yeah.
looks
I'm
incredible. The
watching them.
graphics
They're
are
cool.
gorgeous. I want to put those in the background, but I can't, right? Or maybe I should ask Robert if he can ask somebody if we could put these in the background. But it would be cool if that was like in the background right now. It's really nice. There's a lot of information saying how they do not seek blame, do not seek anger. There's a lot in these credits and predicted function. Maybe that's part of the phenomenon that we're experiencing here. That's a lot of information. What Julian, I'm just even impressed by the graphics at the end, which is giving us a whole bunch of clues as to what is going on and pretty much step by step what's happened in the episode, including the music. I'm just
Yes, the music callbacks were wonderful. The build of tension and the mystery of it's like what's going on. Um, I like it a lot. First episode, I'm good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it immensely as well. I noticed there's a lot in these credits of Medallion where we see music notes and then coordinates in space, and then yeah, I'm really enjoying looking at these credits. Um, After that, I noticed that obviously we see the Titan, and something that I don't see or don't understand is um, this new vessel that we're seeing. I don't know whether Beverly and her son are on it. I don't know how many kids Beverly has, Julian, but Fleet Museum at Althen Prime. I see that in one of the stills of the credits. Starfleet Officer Performance Evaluation, Captain Liam Shaw, Commander. It doesn't tell me what it is, but then I'm sure someone, God bless you out there. There's this really cool graphic. I don't know if I get in trouble for showing the graphic. Could I get in trouble for showing a still, Julian?
I don't think so.
Can you see
Yeah,
it?
yeah, I see it.
It's this incredible looking. It looks really cool. I don't know how you feel about it, but it's this really cool diagram, which obviously is meant to show some sort of spatial phenomenon. Predicted something. This looks really awesome. It looks like you're reading the logs yourself, and you
Mm.
are being updated and trying to figure out, Captain, I've been going through the logs. Um, and it seems to indicate that the captain and Admiral Picard and took a vessel and went to the edge of space in Reichton. I can't remember the name of it, but we still don't know why. Find out if you can find anything else in the reports.
I'm gonna
Julian,
have to. That's all in the. I didn't see that stuff when I was watching the end credits, huh? I'll have to
well,
watch it again.
I had to rewind it, Julian, and rewatch it just now. And
Oh,
as I was speaking to you, I was going through those credits, and there's a lot more in there. Medallion pointed it out, and thank you, Orville Nation, for the $5 super chat. Who says, "I wonder how this would be interpreted if 1 and 2 hadn't been made and was the first season." Honestly, Orville Nation, if I were you, I would just erase seasons 1 and 2 from your mind, because this is so much more dynamic and so much
yeah.
more engaging than anything we've seen in seasons 1 and 2. It's practically like it's a completely different show as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, someone's saying that it's like a movie feel. I'm going to go back a little bit more and look at some of the comments. Wow, there's a lot of them. For those of you who are watching along, Julian, and I'm going to ask you some questions about what you thought. For certainly, everybody, Fallout music. The music, yes, they show those notes on purpose, Julian, and I don't know if
Yeah.
that was significant. We've gotten some clues. Maybe it stands for myriad. Maybe it's some kind of tone or something. I'm not sure, but it says the ships hunting look like ships from Star Trek Insurrection. Yes. A decent start to Terry Trek for me, to be honest. Yet the score amazed me more. Yes. I was so amazed by the score as well, everybody. We do have spoilers in the bottom, just so you know. And Donnie says there's the motion picture theme tune as
Oh
well.
yeah.
Yes.
There
And
was all stuff from Trek 2, and yeah, that was awesome. I really like that.
I agree. We also see that it says the LCARS interface is inaccurate and yet still updated. Thank you, Medallion. You certainly are combing through everything. Tom Jr. Jackson says this feels so theatrical and awesome. Tom is our moderator, everybody here tonight. Yeah. Interesting. Medallion says it feels more like a TNG movie than a Picard season 3. And you know something, Medallion? This is going to be a pretty long movie if it's a movie, right? Julian?
Yes. 10 episodes, I think, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll take it
Yeah,
right
the
now.
Gene Man says he
That's
loved
what it's like.
this. Oh, sure, Michaelito. I'm sure it's going to take more than one episode to really get the feel of what's going on. And I loved that dialogue between Laris and Picard earlier, just seeing how nice they were together. We actually saw a kiss. They're grown-ups. My goodness gracious, he's 82 years old. Certainly he can kiss someone if he wants to. And thank you, Orville Nation, for the $5 super chat. Everybody is actually wondering that. And everybody, so Julian, I'm someone says it's a Romulan style ship. I have no idea what it is. Julian, what are your thoughts about
Uh,
this first episode?
I am I really liked it. It kept me, riveted throughout most of it, trying to figure out, what was going on. I kind of, I was like, I think Rafi's playing a role to get information, so that was, so you could kind of see that was happening, but that was cool. Um, uh, and I won't mention it now, but I have an idea who that contact of her, whoever it is that her handler is, that she's. I have an idea. I think I know who it is, but we'll see.
Well, everybody's talking about
Yeah,
the rock
those that
ship.
ship. I don't know. Yeah, the Romulan. No, I don't know. Uh, yeah, it was big. They always have to make. Oh, it's got to be this big ship. That's kind of standard, wasn't it? It's like, oh boy, here's the big bad ship.
Yeah, this is a good question. The G-Man says it looked Romulan, and thank you, Bandit MD11 says Picard deserves some kisses from the big drop during TNG. I agree. And Medallion says actor chemistry dialogue
Yes.
feels familiar and genuine. The other stuff around is still season 1, 2 Picard, in my opinion. Okay, fair enough. And we'll see how it goes, right? Certainly understand your concerns and thoughts. Donnie says he gives it 8 out of 10 notes of Sandy Courage's a TOS fanfare for the next generation, the season 3 premiere of Picard, 10 out of 10 for its amazing score. I think also the graphics were good. I thought they did a great job on the graphics, especially those the end credits, which I'm sure have quite a lot more information once more proficient people comb through those shots. And certainly people are giving different opinions. He's indifferent, actually good for a new track. I wasn't cringing. Yeah, I didn't feel any cringiness. How about you, Julian? Did you feel
No
cringy?
cringy. I actually almost teared up when Seven of Nine was commanding the ship out. I don't know why, but the whole scene was just. I liked it, and like
And
I said, I almost teared up. I was like, this is awesome.
agreed. Our RTNZ says, hello, everybody. Hey. Mike Alito says he found it a little derivative. I hear you, Mike Alito. Let's see how far it progresses. I don't know if or whether they considered doing the first 3 episodes, Julian. Why do you think they didn't do that? Did they? Are there more episodes released? It's
I don't
just,
think so. It's just
yeah.
the one.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that they chose not to do that here, which is fine. It's their choice to do that. But I think if they had released a few more, we certainly would have gotten a different feel and somewhat more of a tone about it. Yeah, I agree, Medallion, that Jerry Ryan's 7 of 9 character does feel like her character from Voyager, and her comments. Julian, what did you think about 7 of 9's comments about having to take orders and fight the urge to rebel, I guess, go rogue? What were your thoughts when she said that?
Well, it felt true. Have let her. I, you know what, I, I understand her feelings, especially with Janeway, because of all the time that they spent together and the relationship between them. I, despite those 2 seasons of Picard, those first 2 seasons, I'm glad that they're trying to say that there was more of something, that there was more of a relationship of respect, or between Picard and Seven of Nine. I don't see a lot of that happening. The most that they have in common is that they were captured by the Borg, and that they had that in common. But I am kind of glad, of yes, the 2 role models that she's citing of course she's going to chafe under this Shaw. So we'll see how that goes.
It's kind of ironic because she was so obedient when initially when she first boarded Voyager, and now to see how she's progressed. It's probably about 15 years later. I don't know the exact number
Yeah.
of years for her, but she certainly has grown. Obviously, she's a commander the number one on board, the Titan now. And I think her thing, for at least for me, I get the sense that she feels she should be a captain. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, Julian, and I don't know whether she's been kept from becoming a captain because of her history as being a Borg. Like, it could really kind of mess you up, I think, career-wise, Julian. I think people would not want her to be in command of a ship just by her history alone. I don't know if it's true, but they showed like the captain's log where they showed his records, and I wasn't sure if they were showing something else very significant about Seven of Nine and her future, and essentially what has been said and what her path might be. Certainly, she sees something else, and I don't know if you found this to be the case, but she seems very young in this episode. Julian, almost like she hasn't aged. It's very strange. Julian, do you find that to be the case for Jerry Ryan? She seems just like she did when she stepped on Voyager. Very strange.
Well, yeah, she's aged well. But it definitely comes across in how she behaves, how she is not stiff and formal like she was all those years ago. But we saw a lot of that in the previous two seasons of Picard. So that time in between has definitely worked, and her time, with Janeway has certainly. Yeah, all the Eaglemon ships.
Yeah,
I almost said something. I was like, I have some of those.
yeah. Apparently, they're too chubby or whatever she described it as. So that was funny, and it was funny to see the girls' reaction. I think everybody knows who those guys are because they're so famous. But yeah, Tom Jr. Jackson. I didn't think he was. I didn't think he was a pompous jerk at all. I felt he was just a normal captain who doesn't want anybody disobeying orders. um, so I get that. Like, it makes total sense he would respond the way. He's not going to be like, yeah, just go ahead and do whatever you want on my ship. I think he has to tell them no. I mean, what do you think, Julian?
He is definitely a by the book gentleman, but he was already predisposed to not like them, and I think he's letting that color him, color his reactions a little bit. The whole thing about the jazz music and all that kind of stuff to Riker, and all the things about, we won't be doing this and that, all the the colorful things, because they obviously they did a lot of things that they had to go against regulations sometimes to get the job done, and that rubs some people the wrong way, and so
I mean,
we'll see.
I thought it was just regular smack talk for, captains and admirals and commanders. But I guess I'm wrong on this one. Um, and yeah, somebody says that Captain Stashwick is playing a similar role to his role in 12 Monkeys. He's a jerk at first and will probably be a fan favorite by the end. Um, certainly interesting to hear the comments, Julian. Um, this is my ship now.
Yeah. Well, the interview that, or not interview, but when Rob had Terry Metalis and Todd Stashwick on as guests a week or so ago, was really, they talked a little bit about that, and how, yeah, they kind of wrote the role of the captain of for him, Captain Shaw, and said, yeah, he should be kind of like Todd's character and such, in 12 Monkeys. And yeah, there was a lot of talk about how his role will. I think Rob said his role will be surprising. So.
Mhm. It certainly was entertaining to watch. He actually is I'm sorry I'm going there. He's very attractive looking captain. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm happy that they did that. He looks really slick and cool, but he doesn't like people to disobey orders. And we've all seen situations like this before. how shiny and new his ship is, and how nothing's ever been fired, and the paint is still perfect on the outside. Julian, he's never gotten a scratch on this ship, right? Like it's
Yeah,
a
but his behavior is almost like he wants to make sure it's like that for his entire tour. I'm like,
That's right. We're
really?
the only, his accomplishments will be the only ship that's never seen any action, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, see,
Always,
that's the
always.
kind of captain that, does not take the initiative when he should. It makes you
And
wonder how he became captain.
this is a good question, and maybe he wasn't the person they expected to get that seat. Maybe it was someone else who should have gotten it. Who knows? But it was fun. It was fun to watch that. I really enjoyed that. Mike Alito says he enjoyed the relationship between Riker and Picard.
That was
And
wonderful.
yeah, it really was. Most intriguing thing about the episode is the B plot with Raffi so far. Let's see what will happen with that lady. She seems like she's going through a rough time, in addition to doing whatever she's doing undercover. Like, she's having trouble. Um, so there is that. And also, uh, Medallion says it was interesting to hear what Captain Shaw thought of the Enterprise crew, that they were action veterans, crashing stuff all the time, blowing stuff up. And we did kind of hear, it's not the first thing that we heard to about a crash with the LaForge daughter, Crash LaForge nickname on the bridge. She's certainly trying to hush that down. So maybe it's a foreshadowing of a crash coming up. Um, yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. Julian, what are your overall thoughts? As I got to get some sleep. What are your
Yeah.
overall thoughts, Julian, about this episode as we wrap this up?
Uh, I want to watch it again when I get a little bit more time to sit and watch it a little bit more in depth. I enjoyed it that much, and I'm looking for it. It's got me intrigued. I want to find out what's going on. And so far, things aren't just laying out there just because. You know, I think it is coming along good. Regarding Raffi, Michelle Hurd was on the Enterprise Incident show this last weekend. They got some time to. Scott Mantz interviewed her and talked with her about being in Trek, and she mentioned that her character in the season is still dealing with a lot of other things. So yeah, we saw. I wasn't sure what that was that she was holding in her hand when she right after she called in to be debriefed, but apparently it was some sort of narcotic or something, and she was having to force herself not to use it or keep it. So I guess
Yeah,
that's part
there
of
was
it.
kind of struggle, some internal struggle that she seems to be going through. And I think this season is off to a good start. And now we have to wait a whole week for the next one. I really wish they had released at least 2 episodes, Julian. But that's okay that they
Yeah,
did not. Certainly, this was exciting. It flowed very easily. It didn't feel odd. It was good. This was a good episode. I enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see more of the episodes. It certainly was enjoyable to watch. It felt like they're on this journey. You jump right into the action. I hope Beverly is okay, Julian.
no, yeah, I think she will be.
And Julian, this is Beverly's son, at least he claims to be. So who is the father, Julian?
Well, I think we're supposed to infer that it could be Jean Luc's son. That's what I'm thinking.
Wow. And he thought that the family line would not continue. Can you imagine, Julian, if this was the case here for
Shades of Captain Admiral Kirk.
absolutely. Yes. Not crazy about the oh, I was at the premiere, saw both episodes. It's better than what we've been. Daryl Barnes, what a comment! Wow, that's interesting, Daryl. Thank you for sharing that.
Lucky you too
Yeah.
to be at the premiere.
Mhm. They tried to be lovers. Medallion, you know something? We can talk about that all night long. Only God knows who might be the father in this case. And of course, I really like that, Jean Luc. This sounds very Jerry Springer ish. Jean Luc, you are. Dr. Beverly Still, Jean-Luc's DNA, perhaps. You know something? At this stage in the game, we just don't know what would happen. I think it's very interesting and certainly something to think about going forward. What's going to happen? There's so many unanswered questions, but they're presented very nicely. So we're not kind of like wondering what's going on. None of that. This things
Yeah.
kind of flow, a good flow. They make sense. It feels like what we know, although we haven't necessarily gotten too much into it. Yes, he has an English accent, um, and I'm fine with that. I like English accents. So there, that is that. I bet he's not Picard's biological. Been there, done that. Son, son, but yes, there will be a twist somehow. Um,
I hope he's not Picard's father.
I'm assuming you mean sun, guys. Look, it's the middle of the night.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice seeing Jean-Luc kind of sipping his wine and getting a kiss and knowing he's going to be traveling, you know, with her. You know, it's about time that we saw that. So that was nice too. And what did Riker mean? This is the last question. What did Riker mean that Deanna would be happy with time away from him? What was that about?
Well, I think in some of the things I've seen, I think there's some allusions to the fact that I think that Riker is having a hard time dealing with their son who died. I heard some things that there was something that might come around to that, and so maybe he's been irascible regarding stuff with his son who died on that because of that whatever thing it was, the poisoning of whatever from the first season that they mentioned. So that's I could understand that, but that's my inference, is that he was being a jerk about something, and so he said it's better for me to be away for a while.
Oh, Mikey Lito talks about how do you guys feel the episode was overly fan servicey? Maybe. I don't think they could have strayed too far away from what they gave us without it feeling like it was what we would be expecting. So they almost had to do this. If it was too different from what we got, I think there might be some questions as to what is the show about. And
But yeah, I would question what, because I've been hearing that a lot too, especially in the people who got the early screeners, and they're talking about, oh, there was so much fan servicey. There's a distinction between when you're doing fan service, depending on how it's shown up, like regarding like Star Wars and how they threw stuff in, and it's like, hey, remember this, member berries type of thing. I did not feel that in this episode. If anything, maybe it was nice to hear a lot of those motifs in the theme, but sometimes they were like right there in your face. If anything, that was fan servicey, but most of the other stuff felt just natural. It wasn't like, hey, look at this, remember this thing? Hey, look at this. And that's where it's icky. That's where the fan servicey gets out of hand, where it's like, we're just going to throw this in here because you want to see it, because hey, remember this thing. Yeah, and I didn't feel that. Me personally, I didn't feel that for this episode.
yeah, and it was gonna have some fan service in it. It's impossible for them not to.
Exactly, Medallion. It served a purpose.
Hmm.
in most cases. Yeah.
And let's see. And Mike Lilito goes on to say, "Approach the Titan, Secret Son, and yes, themes from two different movies."
Yes.
Certainly. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, they are certainly Trek themes.
yes, and Tom Jr. Jackson says, "I felt like this was on the spectrum of movie, and the Picard Riker moments were fun. It was great to see them together again, but it does feel like time has passed, and they haven't seen each other for a while, and still trying to figure out why. This is going to be my last question, Phew, Julian. Why was Beverly's, from what they implied, that she stayed away for so long? What do you think's behind that?"
um, or I think the fact that she had a son, and she also knew that things were not working with her and Picard. Um, I think since they've had to kind of work in that whole plot line of last season where it's like, I just can't get close to anybody because of what happened to me in my past. Maybe that was a convenient way to change that. But I have a feeling that's probably it. The time, the timing is. I mean, look how old he is, right? He's in his, you know, young young 20s. There, he looks like maybe even younger. So certainly, certainly that would be the time frame.
Well, like I said, Julian, I certainly do give this episode a thumbs up. And I've got to get some rest.
Yes,
Um, Joey says she had a lot of boyfriends. Yes, she did. Don't worry. Beverly certainly
especially that
was,
ghost.
yeah, she was pushing guys away. So certainly there is that. So what I was going to say is, Julian, thank you for joining me for this
Welcome.
live watch party. And I also want to thank everybody else who is here. Julie and I are going to, at a normal hour, meet again and talk about this episode. And you know what? It was great to get up and kind of see this. I think I kind of needed to know the direction and the feel, the tone of what they were going for. And it feels good to see this type of tone. Oh, and thank you, Donnie Pearson. Certainly, you're welcome. Yes, live long and prosper to you, Donnie Pearson. Um,
Yeah, where am I? There we are.
Oh, you're welcome, guys. We certainly do enjoy doing this, and felt it was important, especially for this community of Star Trek fans, this strong base of Star Trek fans here on the Burnettwork. So, Julian, thank you for joining me again.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm looking
and
forward to
yes,
continuing this journey through the season.
absolutely. This is just our watch party, but we are going to have a review of the episode. I hope all of you are well. Tom Jr. Jackson, I can't speak. Tom Jr. Jackson, we are all good people, and thank you for moderating. And to everybody out there, no matter where you are in the galaxy, live long and prosper. But also remember to please be kind, everybody. Take care, guys. Bye.
Good night.